let's take a look at our sports.
Here are the results from the NFL for Week 12. The 49ers defeated the Panthers by a score of 20-9 today. The Bears defeated the Steelers by a score of 31-28 yesterday. The Bengals were beaten by the Patriots yesterday. The final score was 26-20. The Chiefs were victorious in overtime against the Colts yesterday. The final score was 23-20. The Lions snuck past the Giants in overtime yesterday. The final score was 34-27. Do you want to hear the next 5 games?
Yes.
The Packers defeated the Vikings by a score of 23-6 yesterday. The Ravens defeated the Jets by a score of 23-10 yesterday. The Titans lost to the Seahawks yesterday. The final score was 30-24. The Cardinals lost in overtime to the Jaguars yesterday. The final score was 27-24. The Raiders lost to the Browns yesterday. The final score was 24-10. Do you want to hear the last 4 games?
Yes.
The Cowboys outdid the Eagles by a score of 24-21 yesterday. The Saints lost to the Falcons yesterday. The final score was 24-10. The Rams overcame the Buccaneers by a score of 34-7 yesterday. And the Texans defeated the Bills by a score of 23-19 last Thursday. Here are the results from college football for Week 13. Texas A&M overcame Samford by a score of 48-0. Ohio State overcame Rutgers by a score of 42-9. Iowa State outdid Kansas by a score of 38-14. Wake Forest beat Delaware by a score of 52-14. Virginia Tech was defeated by Miami. The final score was 34-17. Do you want to hear the next 5 games?
Yes.
SMU beat Louisville by a score of 38-6. Oklahoma bested Missouri by a score of 17-6. Northwestern bested Minnesota by a score of 38-35. Georgia bested Charlotte by a score of 35-3. James Madison bested Washington State by a score of 24-20. Want the next 5 games?
Yes.
Arizona bested Baylor by a score of 41-17. Alabama defeated Eastern Illinois by a score of 56-0. Auburn beat Mercer by a score of 62-17. Vanderbilt beat Kentucky by a score of 45-17. Oregon outdid USC by a score of 42-27. Want the next 5 games?
Yes.
Notre Dame overcame Syracuse by a score of 70-7. Iowa outdid Michigan State by a score of 20-17. Texas outdid Arkansas by a score of 52-37. North Carolina was beaten by Duke. The final score was 32-25. Temple was defeated by Tulane. The final score was 37-13. Do you want to hear the last 5 games?
Yes.
Houston lost to TCU. The final score was 17-14. UCF beat Oklahoma State by a score of 17-14. Maryland lost to Michigan. The final score was 45-20. Utah outdid Kansas State by a score of 51-47. And South Carolina outdid Coastal Carolina by a score of 51-7.
And that is a look at our sports. Nebraska lost to Penn State 37-10. Nebraska's next game is the big one, and it's coming up during Thanksgiving, the holiday break. Nebraska and Iowa. And we'll have updates for you in the next sports update.